Hi, today I'm going to talk about a problem that is, I think, existent within you, and you are doing it. And I want to correct you right in the beginning before you go too deep into it. All of us want to learn good English and we want to speak flawless English, but we're not really able to. The thing is that there's one very basic thing that I think you're doing wrong. And I want to point it out to you so that you can correct it right in the beginning. The problem is that you are, instead of speaking English, you're learning so much around English and about English. You are, please forgive me if this sounds a little rude to you. My intent is not to hurt you. My intent is to correct a certain thing which can really go a long way in your progress of learning English. The thing that I want to point out today is that you're not speaking enough. Your practice of speaking English is not enough. That is what I want to point out. No matter how much you learn about English, if you are not actually putting in time and effort into speaking English, nothing much is going to change around the thing that you're doing right now. Okay, you will not be able to speak English if you see, you like my English, right? You like the way I speak. Have you ever noticed that I use the most ordinary words? I use the most ordinary English when I speak in English. And that is what I want to tell you to do. I don't want you to procrastinate. I don't want you to learn so much about English. And the one thing that is most needed, if that is missing out, what is the point of all this? What is the point of you sitting and watching my videos? See, you cannot deny this. You watch a lot of shows, you watch a lot of Netflix shows to learn English, you practice exercises in English, you are reading articles, you're reading books, you're doing so much. But the only thing, the single most important thing is missing. Where is the practice of speaking English? See, there are, by the way, there are a lot of such Americans who can speak English, obviously, because it's their mother tongue. They can. But at the same time, they are not educated. They've never been to school. So they can't read, but they can still speak English. And what is happening over here is the other way around. We can read flawlessly, we know the pronunciations, we know the usage of articles, we know so much about English. But when it comes to speaking English, we cannot. And that is what I want to point out to you. The single most important thing is practice of speaking English. You've got to speak English. Everything else can take a back seat. Everything else is secondary. The primary most important thing is speaking English, and I have a homework for you around this thing today. Okay, it's going to be interesting and it is going to really help you. So once I tell you what it is, you're going to promise me you're going to do it. Okay, and I will try my best to monitor your progress. See, what I'm trying to do over here is that I'm actually trying to make a difference to your life, but the ratio is quite disturbed. I'm one person and a lot of you are there, right there, and I'm so grateful that you are so many in number, but it really isn't possible for me to reply to each comment. I will give it a heart. I'm going to actually monitor your progress once I tell you what it is. Okay, you're going to do your homework. Okay, we've developed a tendency of watching videos in English on YouTube, of watching shows, English shows, of reading books, reading articles, and let's say we gave it 100 hours. Imagine, had you not given those 100 hours to those things, and had you given those 100 hours to speaking, actually speaking, physically speaking with your mouth in English, don't you think that would have benefited you more? That is exactly what my point over here is. If you just devote some time speaking in English, it's going to take you really long way, and it's really going to impact your speaking skills, and you're going to develop. I swear it's a heartfelt thing that I'm telling you. It's my own thing. I have done it, I have practiced it, and here I am. Whatever is there in front of you, I wasn't born this way. I was born in a very normal, ordinary family. Okay, in not a very fancy background. But if I can speak, you too can. That's what I want to say. It's just that I'm trying to teach you. I want you to absorb and imbibe as much as you can. And very basic, just very few basic things are required, not much. You don't have to sound fancy. My English is ordinary, and that is what I want to motivate you to do. Don't get distracted by the fancy speakers, don't get distracted by the fancy articles and the different newsreaders speaking all their fancy stuff. No, you don't have to become that. You just have to speak very basic, simple English, and that is all you need to start speaking in English. And later on, the vocabulary and grammar will build on its own, okay? Even if you make mistakes, you have to start speaking. That's what I'm trying to say from so long in the video. Now let's talk about your homework. What are you going to do for your homework? It's very simple, okay? But it's very effective. And I want you to promise that you're going to stick to the schedule. Starting either tonight or starting tomorrow in the morning, you have to come back to this video, and for the next 7 days, 7 days, you have to come back and post a comment regularly telling me at the end of the day for how many minutes you've practiced English speaking, okay? How many minutes you've spoken in English. You have to keep not exact count, a rough estimate will do, okay? A rough estimate of how many minutes you've spoken in English. You have to come to the video and you have to post your comment. Day 1, 5 minutes. Day 2, 10 minutes. Day 3, 7 minutes, something like that, okay? I will motivate you. I will respond to your comments as many as I can. And also, I think it will develop a habit. In next 7 days, if you keep doing this, it will develop a very nice habit of breaking your comfort zone and actually stepping out into the real world and talking in English. And that is what the purpose of this video is. Okay, so let's start, and let me give you a minimum also. Let the minimum be 5 minutes. Okay, so day 1 cannot be less than 5 minutes. It has to be at least 5 minutes. Okay, I believe in you. You've got to believe in yourself. Okay, all the best. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. Do it for yourself. Okay, I did it for myself and I'm benefiting out of it. So why not you? Why can't you do it for yourself? You've done so much for the people around you. Do this little basic small thing for yourself, and you will see huge advancement in your career, in your confidence, in your overall life because of this. Start practicing speaking in English. Okay, I'll see you again. Lots of love. Bye.